Hey everyone, this is Dinah Rose. Welcome to my channel. This is a quick update on Love and Marriage Huntsville's Melody, Destiny, and Stormy Steele. You guys, Destiny lives in a house made out of straw, and every time she opens her mouth, she blows it down every single time. She reminds me of, do you remember when you guys were little kids and y'all would go home and you'd be like, Mom, I met this new friend. Can she spend the night? And your mom would be like, don't bring that little girl over here. And you stop hanging with her because something about her ain't right. That's Destiny. There's something about her that ain't right, okay? Before I get into it, you guys please like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank y'all so much for all of your support. I really appreciate you. Let's keep this thing growing, okay? So let's get into it. I have been saying that Destiny has been moving funny since season 3, but a lot of people start raising their eyebrows after she had that sit down with Melody in episode 5. She said a lot of things in that episode that got debunked the next day, basically, and had us, like, Destiny, what is the problem? Like, what are you actually gaining from this story? Like, why would you even tell it? And pretty much the same thing happened with her and Stormy after she told her story on the OLF panel. But I'm going to start, let's walk it back, okay? Let's walk it back for just a second. First, she calls Melody a master manipulator. She said it first on the show, and then she said it the very next day after releasing some text messages that she thought proved her point about her and Melody's communication. She called her a master manipulator again. Then Melody ended up making a comment under someone else's post where she said, "It's also interesting, hashtag master manipulator is used, which is the same thing my ex used to use when I started calling him that. LOL. These folks whack." So after reading that, I was like, Destiny was never her friend because there are some boundaries you just don't cross. Then Destiny definitely proved that she was jealous of Melody when the girls on the OLF panel asked her, why did you bring up the village comment at Melody's, video release party? And she was like, well, I had to. Okay, you should have stopped it there with, the producers made me. But no, you were like, Melody was so dismissive of me talking about you'll get there. Well, what do you want her to say, girl? That she was going to buy you a village? But instead, what Destiny says is, Melody doesn't understand what I'm going through because she has Mr. Mom and she has his mom and she has her mom and I don't have anybody. Well, girl, that's not Melody's fault. Furthermore, why are you dragging her because she has Mr. Mom? Mr. Mom is the kid's dad. He should be an active participant in their lives, just like your ex-husband should be, okay? In fact, it sounds like he wanted to be, and he didn't think you were the fit parent. That's why he took full custody. Destiny, you got to pick a side. You can't be bouncing up, down, all around every time you open your mouth. So speaking of her ex-husband, let's dive a little deeper into her friendship with Martell and Martell's friendship with LeBaric, okay? According to Destiny, Martell and LeBaric have known each other since they were 6, and she described them as best friends, okay? They were best friends since they were 6 years old. Now, you also told us all of these horror stories about LeBaric and what happened while you were pregnant, what happened after you gave birth, what happened after he filed for divorce, what seems like it's still happening because he has tried to stop you from moving forward with taking possession of that house. And you want to draw a line in the sand and continue your friendship with your ex-husband's bestie? Make it make sense, Destiny. Because truth be told, you and Martell didn't have a deep friendship. Y'all had an acquaintanceship. You went to a high school where you were a cheerleader. He went to a different high school where he was a football player. Y'all had cousins. We don't even know if they was first cousins, second cousins, third cousins. Y'all had cousins who married and divorced. Whatever the relationship, it wasn't close because you already said that your only family is your father. So this is all made up for convenience. I'd really like to know how LeBaric feels about his bestie Martell continuing a friendship with his ex-wife especially knowing that the two of them didn't really form a bond until after LeBerick brought Destiny into that circle. Dr. Heavenly recently called out Destiny for bringing Martell as her +1 to an event that Martell was not invited to, had him sit on the panel. Okay? That was tacky, Destiny, as usual. Burning bridges. Martell, same for you. I do wonder how LeBerick feels about these two traveling together and doing these type of events together when this isn't even being taped for the show. Again, that's LeBerick's best friend. I'm going to tell you two other things that Destiny lied on Melody about, and then I'm going to get into Stormy. You guys, I apologize if I sound a little congested. I am getting over a cold. But Destiny kept harping on Melody not talking to her over the phone, right? She was like making it out like Melody wasn't there for her. Melody wasn't a friend to her. Melody took a business deal from me, right? However, Destiny says on the OLF panel that there was an incident that happened to her either in late October, November, where she sent Melody a text or informed her what was going on. And she was like, in seconds, Melody had hopped in a car, had her mother with her, and they drove to Destiny's house. They were on her porch. They were hugging her and praying for her and telling her everything was going to be okay. Now that's great. But then something happens to Melody, right? That's what she left out. Something happened to Melody and Martell that had Melody going to the courts about her children. And right after that, she had sent Destiny a text that said, "You're not going to be coming with me into 2022. But she acts like there was no reason for that. Melody absolutely had a reason. She couldn't trust certain people. You being one of those people, she gave you an opportunity to show who you are. And whatever it was that she was going through with Martell that had her questioning her safety, her children's safety, you chose to stand by Martell's side. So you showed her who you were. That's why she sent you that damn text, girl." And kudos to Melody, because that's a badass move to send someone a text saying, "You will not be coming with me into the new year," okay? And then Destiny really tried to make things ugly, right? She goes, "I don't care who you ask. In all of my friendships, I have never been called disloyal ever in my life." And then she says, "Well, I never talked to Martell about Melody, but I would take tons of stuff to Melody about Martell." Isn't that you being disloyal, Destiny? To your good friend Martell, who you choose over Melody? Didn't you just say you told all of his business to her? Then she says, "I have to question if Melody was a friend to me at all after she decided to tell everyone that she sent me a PayPal." And then in the same breath, she said, "Well, I tried to support her skincare line." Is that you telling everybody that you're trying to support her? But she put the kibosh on that shit and refunded you your money. Well, honey, she should have refunded you your money. Don't be buying no new stuff because you sound like you are strapped. That's number one. But number two, when she told you she wasn't taking your ass into the new year, she meant not to take her into 2022 either. She is setting a boundary. This is not a game. Destiny also said in that interview that Melody has a way of not saying anything that says everything, right? And we all saw in episode 5 where she said that Melody snatched a bag from her. And she said that Melody manipulated the woman she was in a business project with. That woman got on her live and said under no circumstances was she manipulated, and she resents Destiny ever putting that out there because she she's worth $30 million. No one manipulates her, okay? Well, she did the same thing in this interview about Stormy, basically saying that her and Stormy had a pretty decent relationship and that she had asked Stormy to if she could put some of her products in her store, and she believes that relationship went sour because of Melody. This is what Stormy had to say. "My brand was in the planning stages of being in major retailers like we are now. When you have that type of distribution, all retail accounts are taken into consideration, and most beauty supply stores like Destiny typically have an account with distributors who supply them if they want certain brand products. They could go directly to the source which is the brand like her, as she tried to do with me. However, that's not how I wanted to do business with her. After speaking with my rep and knowing our products could be available to any vendor who has the accounts with distributors, that was a better route for her to take. And furthermore, just being totally honest, her store was never open and has never been consistently open since I've known it to be there. My warehouse is literally 3 minutes from her store. And even as far back as 2020, I've never known it to be consistently open. The go-to beauty supply stores here in Huntsville are Solid Gold, Classy Beauty, and Hair Queen. They carry my products, but they also get it from distributors whom they have accounts with. Well, there you have it. That is the second person who had to come out and refute what Destiny tried to imply or said about doing business with her. So I'm going to wrap up this video. You guys let me know what y'all think about Destiny and Melody's friendship, the real reason why that friendship ended. I think it's because when Melody started, moving forward with whatever she had to take to court about Martell, Destiny was still clinging on to dear life with her friendship with Martell. And that makes me think, what is going on between them? Okay. Not to mention, Martell is your ex-husband's best friend, not yours. But you guys let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I will see you on the next one.